Hey guys, welcome back. Today we've got another monthly recap for you. It actually feels like a real business now, Colour Plan.
Yeah, things are getting real, Jack. The website launch, what was it, this time last Thursday? And now we're firing on all cylinders. And awesome.
It's been such a long time coming. It's felt like with building the foundations the last 12 months, continually telling people it's coming, having to let people down, tell them it's 2 months and maybe it's a little bit longer. And it's been really nice to now finally be up and running, have our garments in people's hands, in society. It's been huge.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to see like people putting up stories of them wearing it, and this little baby that we found in Vietnam essentially. This time last year we're over there, and then just to bring it to the world, starting here in Australia, it's kind of mind-boggling, but it's everything we wanted, so we're stoked.
Yeah, so happy, and so far so good. It looks like the feedback's been really positive, and so it's made the last 12 months so worth it for us, and we only want to keep growing this thing and taking it to new heights. So let's start with, there's a few things we can touch on. Obviously, there's been lots going on. Let's touch on the website, maybe to begin with, and just that being up and running.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret that was probably the most difficult part in this business for us. There's been a few difficulties, but that one, it was right up there. We've noted that we had some hardships with our first developers and spent a bunch of money that we pretty much didn't have on a website that we never used. So that was challenging to overcome that. Thankfully, the community, we put out a story on our Colour Plan story, and some guys reached out that we'd rubbed shoulders with in the past that had experience in building websites, did an incredible job, did it at mates rates.
Yep.
Gave them a few free hoodies.
Yeah,
that wasn't the payment, but it sweetened the deal, to be honest. It's crazy what a hoodie can do. Great hoodies. And so that was relieving. But to be honest, we're kind of just finalising. The retail's done. I mean, people have seen it. The wholesale portal, Jack, how's that doing?
Subtle plug quickly. If you guys are after a website to be built or anything custom, let us know, because these guys are amazing and we'd be more than happy to put them on to others if you guys need help in that space.
I second that. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Great communication.
100%.
Punctual. Know what you want. Get there.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. So the website, the retail's up and running. The wholesale, it's coming. By the time this airs, it's probably either live or it's going to be the next day. So it's coming. It's going to be live on the 2nd of June, and we're just doing the final adjustments for that at the minute. But essentially, that's going to allow wholesale customers to sign up. We'll vet them on the back end, accept people. You'll then have a wholesale account. So you basically go into the website. You'll have a different section to the retail, a different store, if you like, and you will get access to all of our pricing rules at wholesale, how much inventory we have on hand at any one time, and you'll be able to check out that way. So it's going to automate everything for us, which is music to my ears and Jesse's as well. We've been doing it all manually up to this point.
Yeah, it's going to make life very easy for everyone, which is the whole point of it all. I think that live inventory table, so you can see what we have left. So that is an absolute game changer. And yeah, we've had about 30, 40 businesses send through their details to sign up. We're going to get those going, and there's a whole bunch of other businesses we need to move across onto the portal. But that'll be a great part of the business. Yeah,
again, a long time coming, and so it's nice to finally have that out there and live. Next, Jess, we're going to Sydney next week. We've got a bit of travel coming up.
We sure do, yeah. We're flying out Monday coming, so about 3 nights now. Not counting them down, but maybe I am. But heading to Sydney. Haven't been there in about 1 or 2 years. Sydney's a funny place, very beautiful visually. I love just the aesthetic of all the beaches, and normally the weather's a lot nicer than here in Melbourne. But yeah, super excited. We've teamed up with a few different businesses in a lot of different industries, actually, mainly fashion, of course, fashion-based podcast, but some with different expertise and things like that. So I think we've got about 3 or 4 different guests coming on the potty, so it's going to be an absolute hurricane.
Hurricane, there you go. That's a good one. So we're going to have a few podcast guests. Digby's going to be running around with his head cut off, trying to organise it all in different spaces, and a lot of equipment on the road, which will be fun, I'm sure. And then we're meeting up with a few customers. We have a few existing customers in Sydney, and we really want to continue to I guess, understand the Sydney landscape. We probably don't really know it all that well at this point in time. We're very Melbourne based, and yeah, so I think getting to Sydney and just speaking with people on the ground there who are from Sydney will be really beneficial for us moving forward.
Yeah, there's an incredible screen printing scene over there. They're all in Marrickville. I always say it wrong. At least I knew I was going to say it wrong. But yeah, it's I've heard great things about that place. So we'll be rubbing and shaking a lot of hands. Hope that sounds okay. Just human contact. So that'll be awesome. We're also, Jack, we're heading to China and Vietnam.
We are
very soon. So yep. I think we leave a few days after we get back from Sydney.
Yep.
Bit nervous to get to China.
Yeah. It's I have been before. Jesse and Digby haven't been. I went a long time ago, so I'm sure it's changed a lot. And yeah, I suppose with everything that's gone on the last few years with COVID and China and the agreement, trade relations with China and Australia, everything's a bit grey area at the moment. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll see. I guess we just got to get over there and find out for ourselves. And usually that strips away maybe a lot of the stereotypes or noise from the outside, and you get there and it's often, not the case. So hopefully that's what we come across.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like a good thing.
Hopefully you guys see us again in a few weeks' time.
Yeah. I think getting to China for us is critical because, we need to see all the factories that that are in this industry and what they offer. And that's our main duty as in what we do. So yeah, hence why we're going to be in China, and then we will stop off in Vietnam, which our current supplier's in, shake some and rub some more hands there. So really Vietnam's one of my favorite places. I think the culture there, people are really welcoming. Weather's always very hot, but it's nice this time of the year when it's winter in Australia. And the food is cheap and incredible.
It is. Yeah, just to travel again. We've been in Melbourne now for a while, and there's just something about travel that just opens your mind up, and really looking forward to that whole experience and to see what comes of it. I guess just a bit of a refresher. We've been so entrenched in the day-to-day the last 6 months, 12 months. So to get over there again, I think is going to be really good for the whole team. Absolutely.
And Jack, our last guest episode was with Speakshare. That was a very different conversation from the previous chats we've had on this podcast. How'd you feel when that went to air, and how'd you feel just reflecting on that chat?
Yeah, it was a funny one. We filmed it end of last year, so it was quite a while ago. So yeah, revisiting it probably brought up a lot of those feelings that people would have seen in the podcast itself. Obviously, Jess, you telling your story of the past couple of years on a more public platform was a big thing for yourself, and so it was really cool to see you do that publicly, and for the response that you got and all the love and support was really cool to see. And I'm just happy that I've played a tiny little role in that journey, and being able to, I guess, be there for you as you've navigated that the last couple of years. I'm getting a little bit emotional speaking about it now again. So to your question, it probably just brought up a lot of those feelings.
Yeah, it was unique in the sense that we sort of sat on the podcast for a while, mulling over it, and I second what you said, Jack. When I watched it again over, it certainly brought up a lot of those emotions. It's all very recent, and I'm still going through a lot of those things day to day. I feel stronger for the experience. To be honest, I think when I was in the thick of it with that story, I think what gave me a lot of solace was being able to take that experience and put it into other people, and perhaps give people a bit of a, I guess act as a bit of a rock for them in what they go through, because I felt like I could just take such a tough experience and just, I'm sort of lost for words, but I just think it's a lot bigger than me, what went on. It certainly felt like that, and that gave me just a clear vision and a calm head. To just look at bigger than myself and just be there for more people. And I think that's all I'm trying to say. Just be more of a support.
Yeah, and hopefully people watch that podcast and listen to it and see that we are just people. Like, we are just humans like yourselves, figuring stuff out. We all have trials and tribulations that we go through, hardships. No one's immune to any of that stuff. So I think that's part of what we're trying to do in this industry, in this business, is just to be real and transparent, and for people to know who we are and understand that, at the end of the day, we are all the same, and you can go and do whatever it is that you choose to do. And we're just two guys trying to do that ourselves. So,
wow, man, that was really well said. I couldn't say it any better myself. On a slightly different note, just to you said trials, tribulations. We were so the retail order, we sold out, which was incredible, and we're just thinking like, well, relief, weight off our shoulders, the website's done, we've sold our garments, and that morning we had a call from the factory that ships out our clothing, and they said, hey, the shipping bags that you've bought that have your logos on them, they don't stick. Like something's gone wrong with what's it called? The
adhesive.
The adhesive.
Yeah.
That's to that little sticky shit. And I was just like, woke up to that after a late night on that website, and I'm just like, Jack, like, what is going on? And
it's just such business for you. Like we're working our butts off for 2-3 weeks. It's been a crazy 2-3 weeks, and it kind of felt like that drop night on the Thursday was, we could take a breath after it. It was a big relief. And so waking up that morning, Friday, we didn't have anything booked for Friday. It was like, let's just take it easy, reflect on what's been the last 3 weeks, the craziness of it all, and we wake up to something like that, which is just, of course we're going to wake up to something like that. There's always different problems that arise.
And I think to conclude this chat, I think it's a really good place to leave it, that life is like that. It's going to be, just when you think it's like over and you've come over the hardship, there's always that next thing. And just to always be ready. And that's life. It's a journey. And guys, just keep going. Like if you're in business or you're looking to enter one, don't worry too much about where you are right this moment. Just keep being where your feet are, doing your very best every day, and you'd be surprised where that will get you. And we're here to support you. So if you want to shoot us a DM or anything, you have any questions, we're here. Thanks, guys.